Killer Bee Nation. Hey, this is Jacob. All right. I got a bee in my throat. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, that mouthwash was wrong.
Come on, man.
Wrong. Fuck. Anyway, so Jacob, okay, works down at school down here?
No, actually, my mom does. I was there talking to her for a minute.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, my mom works at the school nearby, and I stopped by to ask one of our coworkers about a truck he's got sitting on his property. It's a long story. But he pulls up, and we start talking, and I mentioned that my neighbor has a pretty nasty hive sitting underneath a camper that I saw a couple previous days ago.
Right.
And he's like, can you take me to him? And I'm, sure. So here we are.
This wonderful guy's trying to help out the neighbor and himself, because as you know, Killer Bee Nation, if your neighbor has bees, you have bees.
We do occasionally get the little straggler that comes by, and my mom's kind of allergic to them. So.
Oh, yeah, well, we can't have that.
No.
But this lady has exotic birds and whatnot. Now, we haven't talked to her yet, but we're going to in a minute. So the Ash Creek Elementary School around the corner here, that's where we were talking about. Good friends, have done bees there for years for them, and all up in here in Sunny Zona and Pierce area. So we're going to kind of try to get a little bit of a view here without getting killed.
Well, the good news is that it is very visible, and I don't know if this is the only hive. This is the only one that I've seen for sure. She said she has suspicion. Sorry.
No, what we're going to look for is, like you said, around the buildings and shit.
Absolutely. She's warned me because I was interested in a trailer she has right over here, and my buddy and I are going to come pull it out, and she warned me about bees possibly being in the building that is actually right
over here.
Behind you.
If you see it right over here.
As you can see, it is probably the prime condition for a nest.
Right, absolutely. And what we look for around any hole, top or bottom, or any crack, is activity, right? Because where there's smoke, there's fire.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to cautiously do this. Now, I have been doing this with friends where from that far away, I will see one bee get its eye on me and come over and bam, and get you. Little bastards. Fuck, they're just so damn mean.
Thankfully, there's plenty of activity right there. Look at that. Right there.
Okay, that's a hive. There's a hive. Yeah, so you see that host right there, just to the right, and you can get pretty close. Now, I'll bet you that we'll get the thermal imaging on it.
Curious as the size of it.
Isn't that cool, that handle? That's just so cool. That's going to be big. I'm going to wonder if this is double-walled inside here or single-wall. There might be a big-ass hive hanging off the corner. There's bees.
Depending on the size, the age of it, I kind of want to say single-wall.
Okay, you see this, Jacob? See over there in that window? Mm-hmm. See, it looks like a layer of schmutz in that window over there? Yep. That's dead bees. So if you check this out, and you can see dead bees in the windowsill here. So in that window far over there, you see that those are all dead bees in there.
A lot of reflection on here.
Oh yeah, I believe it. So I'm going to go in here now and look through this window and just see, and we're going to watch for snakes this time of year too, of course. But I'm going to see if there's a hive hanging off the ceiling here.
I know this building isn't trafficked through very regularly. I think she uses it for just long-term storage. Pardon my French.
Okay, they're in the drywall.
In the drywall?
Yeah. Yeah, that's drywall, so we won't disturb them just yet.
Just yet.
So we got one hive so far.
And then the initial hive that I saw is actually over here on this. Speaking of, here's the neighbor.
All right. I'm wondering what the hell's going on.
We've had these bees for 20 years or longer.
Oh my God, they are so dangerous to live. Well, okay, you know that all of them are killers now in the state of Arizona.
No, I know all about bees.
Oh, good. Okay.
These are not. I have a problem with an animal, I research it and
awesome.
Talk to people.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Issues and all kinds.
Because so many people don't. So many people don't. They have no idea what the hell they're doing with these things.
I've lived out here 50 years. And I have 2 hives around the back, and I said, you can pull the wood off. Get rid of the bees. I don't care.
Right.
But they started here, and you can go look under there.
Did you see activity under there?
But you can look at the honeycomb.
It sounds like that hive is dead.
Well, they come and go.
That's the first hive.
That's exactly right. They come and go. That's why I guarantee it in each spot for 2 years.
No, this is great.
Oh, honey, we hear that a lot.
I asked her if you wanted to see the hive first before we came and talked to you, or
I wanted to know what I was getting into.
I was always just going to put like a toe chain hook in the corner of that and just go.
Oh, that would be. We'd have to film that because someone would die.
So George,
now Jacob was telling me about the birds and whatnot. That's way too close. So what I would do is I would seal up that outside entrance so they can't just come pouring out and kill the birds. Then go inside.
Even when they attacked over there, they didn't go over to the birds.
That doesn't mean they won't. They've
Well,
chased.
no.
They've chased that truck for 4 miles.
But the guy was working over there.
Yeah.
And George came, and I said, look, George and I both told him about 800 times, you can't, and he was taking a metal coal shovel and scraping it on cement. So
Oh
of
my
course,
God!
the bees attacked him.
Of course they did. How many times did you get stung?
Oh, a bunch, and they never came back.
So you remember when that gal got killed down here?
Down there.
Was it down there?
Yeah.
I did a reenactment with National Geographic with that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, her boyfriend took 3,700 stings and lived.
Wow.
She died. The bees were in a shed like this, right by the door. They opened it, closed it 1,000 times.
Well, that's like I go in there and I go in there, but
And that one time, for some damn reason, he opened the door, went in, turned around, and she was covered in bees.
And not to let anybody else around the bees because my granddaughter's allergic. I've been stung a few times. Oh, well.
And of course, the problem with these damn things is, as you know, they don't just send out a few.
Oh, no.
They send out everybody. I'm going to sneak around and look what's going back there. Well, this old couch over here, I removed bees from old couches. Anything you can imagine that people have in their backyards. And always watch out for snakes. I don't see any activity over there. We're always looking for smoke, because where there's smoke, there's fire. By that I mean bees coming and going, just like that other hole over there. And if there isn't any, right here. Yeah, in the corner. See it? Right in the corner. Okay, we got another hive there. Okay, so we got, now be careful, because you don't know when they're going to rile up. And they hate it when you get in their flight path. So be careful you don't get in their flight path. All right, so there's 2 hives. All right. And so you remember, Hosh, when I was telling you that all these places have bees? All these places have bees.
So how many back there? We had 2 hives back there.
1.
Yeah,
In the far corner. This one over here, everything's been pulled down, and it's just the skeletons of it.
That's what George did was this, but the bees went crazy on us, and they didn't. They stayed with him, and they went over there. And maybe it's because they had somebody to attack. They didn't go that way.
Yes, exactly. Because when you get stung, then you're the target.
Right.
That's where the pheromone is. Now, also, you should know, living out here, and you should, Jacob, also, when you get stung, you cannot wash that pheromone off your skin. It's subcutaneous. Goes into your bloodstream. So for up to a week, depending on your metabolism, you're marked.
Like I used to own my own Harley and
awesome.
the gangs and all that.
So, yeah.
As soon as she came back with the Born to be Wild tattoo, I was like, all right.
Oh, can we get that on vid?
Sure.
Oh, that's awesome, honey. That is fucking awesome. 60. When did you get that?
My 65th year.
Oh my God! So you got that last week?
My daughter took me to Vegas, and they were having a tattoo convention next door to the hotel.
Okay.
And the guy his name was Mr. Tattoo, and he was some bigwig out of
Well, he had to lay awake nights to think of that one.
And I did
Mr. Tattoo, really? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I call beehives when they're down here by the border? Yeah, bee legals.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Why? That's technical. It's in the manual.
It's also hilarious.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. No, the main thing I got to admit, honey, the bees scare the birds. It's not the birds and the bees. That doesn't work here.
Well, now I only had 3 over here. I could possibly, take them out and put them in the house, but that's a huge block, and I don't know what I could do with that.
Well, if I can keep it safe enough, like I was saying, for both of these hives, I would seal up the outside entrance so they cannot come out, and then go inside and lock us in with them.
Well, I'll tell you, they can probably they've been on the inside.
Oh, yeah, I could see. When I peeked in, I saw, like, dead bees in the windows and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, but what happens with bees when they get into a room, contrary to what our brains would say, they are no longer a threat to us. A nuisance, yes. Threat, no. The reason is they instinctually know they have to get out. They navigate by light, and they go to the windows. Now, during the day, and at night, to go to a light bulb. Of course, our windows and light bulbs are a lot drier and warmer than surrounding environment, dehydrate and die very quickly. But they will go to the windows and stay there. They don't know enough to go back the way they came. So it makes it 1,000 times safer for out here.
Yeah.
And another problem that we have with neighboring hives is, even though each hive is an enemy of every other hive, the only reason they visit each other is to steal honey.
Oh, yeah.
All right? They can't go visit each other. But the attack pheromone, the Ugahorn in the submarine is the same. Yep. So when one gets, and I've seen World War B, I've seen it where one hive gets riled up and then the other hive gets riled up, and I've seen the air so saturated with pheromone, they're stinging birds flying overhead, telephone poles, and tires on trucks. Just like that thing in '98 down in Bisbee.
That's how people get killed.
Yeah, no, exactly. And of course, they're fighting each other, trying to kill me. It's just mayhem. Yeah. Total out in left field.
Well, when the guy got attacked.
How many times did he get stung?
A bunch.
Shit.
A bunch. And
so dangerous.
And
George
I was freaking out because he's going to get killed.
Well, George shouldn't have done anything because I wouldn't do it. I would come back when he was done, or I'd make him leave, or whatever, because that's like too much liability for you. Because the homeowner,
so I ended up.
The homeowner's the liability.
I ended up because I was sitting here in the car watching George.
Right.
I ended up and opened I was pointing the other direction, and he ran, and of course the bees.
Oh yeah. You're supposed to jump into a vehicle.
Right. So I opened the hatch of the car and got him about the mailbox.
Holy
shit! And
shit!
Had him jump in the back of the
You
car.
saved his life.
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Because they've chased that truck for 4 miles.
And then we swung around to the garden hose.
And it worked.
Down because I don't have water up here. Yep.
Right. Did he take some Benadryl and whatnot?
I don't know what he did. He was with his wife and she was sitting in his.
That is such a horrific experience.
Oh yeah, I was terrified he was going to get killed right in front of my eyes.
Oh God Almighty! Oh
God
Almighty!
What I had to do, and
of
course the bees chased us because we left the hatch open. We just.
Oh, of course they did.
Threw in the back of the truck.
Miles.
I never got stung one time.
Oh my God! You should have went and bought a lottery ticket that day, honey.
I'm telling you, the bees know me. I'm like they're
God,
okay.
I tell everybody, in my bee suit, I'm Superman. Without it, I'm a little girl. I ain't going near them fucking things.
I still am very careful. I still respect them.
Thank you. They got to go.
A different day.
Yeah. Well,
and maybe tomorrow they're not going to like me.
Well, exactly. That's the problem with Africanized bees. 1 minute they're fine. The next, there's. The next you never know how they're going to behave.
Right.
1 second to the next.
Yeah, I'm to the point where we need to get rid of them.
Well, I'm totally with you on that. Like I said, I guarantee it. I'm going to make it as safe as possible. You've only got the 2 hives. Of course, we'll clean that up. That's free.
Yeah.
That's free.
Yeah.
That's totally free. I mean, a charge per hive, of course, like buying tires. All right. If you want, you can head to town. We'll suit up. It's going to take a couple hours at least.
Oh, you mean do it right now?
Well, if you want. Or we can come back tomorrow or whatever. You know what? I'd almost feel more comfortable if you could get the birds into the house that you can.
Yeah.
I really would. And we can do it in a day or two. I mean, I really would feel more comfortable about that. Because do you remember the gal
those are endangered species. The 3 that I want to take in the house are, they're on the endangered species list in Australia on CITES. So
we got to get them out then.
I would catch them and put them in there.
Okay, let's wait till you get the. Can I get your phone number? All right, and then we'll get those guys moved. Do this tomorrow or the next day, whatever works for you.
Whatever day. Check your weather and whatever.
Cold is good. That's why we did this morning because it was 17 degrees up here.
Yeah,
it was really cold, and so the one we did.
Oh, I love that you're going to do this.
So what?
If you can do it without insecticide.
Oh no, we'll do it without. No, we will do it without insecticide.
You're going to get it. Well, and I do have dogs, but they're not. Nobody's allowed over here.
Good. Good.
Me.
Yeah, good.
Oh, this is great. Thank you for bringing these guys over here. I mean, I
good neighbors are good. Get over here. Neighbors are good neighbors. Oh, honey, no, we'll save you. Here they come.
I read his talk to you the first one I thought.
Oh, I mean, these bees have definitely been here a long ass time.
I doubt we're just mitigating the threat. Is what we're doing. We're making it safe for you, them, and your liability. We hate that shit.
Unfortunately, I hate to cut it short, but I have to get out of here.
All right, very good.
I gotta go get my dad from work. I'm glad I can point you in the right direction. I'm glad these guys are gonna help
you. Want my phone number too? I don't know if you have it.
I don't, but I'm also your neighbor, so I kind of know when you're home. You drive a bright red car.
Smoke signals and shit.